My name is David Almanzan, and I am an automotive instructor. I grew up in the automotive industry, so my summers and my weekends was spent at the shop, either helping out, cleaning up, picking up parts, whatever was needed. I had no intentions of becoming a teacher or educating anyone on anything. That never crossed my mind. I just enjoyed cars, and I figured there was a living to be made out of it. It was a little bit nerve-wracking to just completely switch over to the education side, but I think it's one of the best decisions I've ever made because now I get to go home happy. I knew it was going to be something different and something new for me, but I didn't know it was going to be this rewarding. Now, one thing I've always known that I've had was the ability to explain things to where anybody with any knowledge level can understand. What I like from the shop setting that they get to see every day is they come in and they see that we have different problems every day. And I like to show them a positive demeanor because there's always going to be challenges for them, and I always make sure to show them that the challenges don't stop. It's just in the way that you're going to be able to handle them. 2022, I found our project card in a friend's backyard that had been sitting for about 6 years. I said, okay, this can be a fun project to go just completely on the other end of the spectrum. We took on the challenge, and the students right away jumped on the project. We got it running, and the students enjoyed the challenges of every single aspect of that because it was the vehicle had been sitting for many years. First, we needed to get it running, and then we started upgrading components and making sure every nut and bolt from that car was functional. But I also let them have their own style with it. So we went with the off-road demeanor, and then we started looking up rally races that we could join. Here we are, 7 months later, where they running rally-style off-road Mercedes-Benz. I ran into the Your Projects contest on Instagram. Once I saw the project, I figured, hey, this will be a candidate for it. And I said, we're not gonna lose anything if we submit. Worst case scenario is we don't even make it to the contest. A few days later, the news that we were one of the chosen candidates. So that was huge. That was exciting for our students.
We learn a lot from this experience, and we're proud that he's here as our teacher. He's one of the best teachers that we have in this program.
He's a fun teacher. He has a lot of trust in us. He believes in us a lot.
Mr. A, he's a really cool, down-to-earth person. Taught me a lot of things. He's always been there for me to help me. If I ever need to talk about something, he's just there.
I make sure to always show my students that preventative maintenance is not at the point where you need repairs. Preventative means we're making sure something bad doesn't happen. The brands that I always mention is Havoline and Chevron products. Chevron Complete Fuel System Cleaner is one of the most trusted and most used for being able to maintain the fuel system at optimum performance. Every vehicle out there is going to need a clean fuel system, whether it's an older vehicle, a newer vehicle, or even vehicles that have sat for a while, and I always recommend Chevron. Havoline and oils have never failed us. We've used them in the industry my whole life, whether it's in severe use, racing applications, daily drivers. So it's something that I'm very comfortable with having anybody use in their vehicles. When we first started the automotive program, there was nothing. So we had to build it up from the ground up. And we had to get creative to figure out how to connect to teenagers. We've taken our vehicles to rally events and also just off-roading just for fun. So we take the car to off-road parks and go mudding with it. And we get all kinds of different looks and compliments because it's not a typical vehicle you see out there. Normally you see the four-wheel drive vehicles or the side-by-side vehicles off-roading, but you don't expect to see a mid-80s luxury sedan. I also like to show the students that it isn't just always an educational structure or just a very straight line with vehicles. We can also have fun with them, also learn out of those experiences. I've seen our students grow to where at graduation day, they come and thank me, and that's the best reward.